Good morning and welcome to the Jungle Gardeners. Today is pretty exciting. I'm going to start planting my seeds for the fall garden. Ideally I would have started this a few weeks ago, but life gets in the way and things don't happen, and also it's really hot these days and I'm not sure that we should start seeds when we used to with climate change and all, so I'm delaying things a little more. I'm sure our growing season is going to get shorter. So I've done a seed starting video before, I've done a soil mixing video before. If you haven't seen those, you can scroll through my videos, check them out, watch them, give them a thumbs up if you like them, or if you don't like them, just be nice. But if you saw my soil mixing video, you saw that I was using Perlite, and I was feeling conflicted about that because if you've watched enough of my videos, you know that I garden to be more environmentally friendly, to reduce my carbon footprint, not just because I don't like buying things from the store or I'm worried what the farmers are using. I've worked on the farms. I know what the farmers are using on their crops. I know what goes into it. That's not what I'm uncomfortable about. I'm just trying to reduce my carbon footprint as much as possible. And perlite is a mined material, so I feel a little guilty using that. I try to use renewable resources in my gardening as much as possible. I hate how much stuff is in plastic. So I do try to reuse plastic things. As you can see, my seed trays are mushroom containers and strawberry containers from the store that I'm reusing. So I asked for if anyone had any ideas for things other than perlite to use in the garden, and somebody suggested rice hulls, and I was looking into that, but then I started remembering litter I used to use to line my bird cages, and a couple of the litters we've used in the past for our parrots is corn cob and crushed walnut shells. So I said, hey, why don't I look into that, try that out for a different kind of material for the soil. So that's what I'm trying today. So I purchased on Amazon classic perlite, of course, corn cob bedding for animals, so it should be super safe since it's meant for animals to live on, and walnut shell. Now the walnut shell bedding for animals was a little pricey, so I got the stuff they use for tumbling ammunition, I guess, something, gun things, I don't know, but it's a lot smaller than I thought. Looked bigger online, very small size to this walnut shell media, but those are the three that I'm trying. And price point, the perlite and corn cob are pretty comparable, very similar in price point. The crushed walnut shell, very, very pricey, very expensive. So it's going to have to perform extremely amazingly for me to consider using that again, especially if corn cob is much cheaper and still gets the goal that I want of growing plants well without adding to my carbon footprint. I mean, obviously there's still a carbon footprint because I'm having to ship it from Amazon because I don't have anywhere locally that sells local ground corn cob litter. That'd be great, but we don't. So if you haven't watched my soil mixing video before, I use coconut coir, local compost from our incinerator, they sell compost, and perlite, and now I'm trying corn cob and walnut shell. So I have mixed up 3 different soil mixes, and they are all based on volume, the same proportion of coconut coir, compost, and the 3 different medias that I'm trying for drainage. So the perlite, the corn cob, and the walnut shell are all for drainage and for just giving the soil more air, more lightness, so that it doesn't compact down too much around the seeds. They don't like to be completely compacted. They want a little bit of breathability in there. So these are all equal by volume. I'm doing an experiment comparing the 3. And anybody who's a scientist, you're gonna probably criticize me for not doing it by weight. Obviously weight is gonna be the most accurate way. I know, I don't need you to tell me that. I'm a scientist, I've published, but I'm not publishing these results. I'm not doing any statistical analyses. This is just for me, a visual to compare the 3 media for my own uses. Obviously, if I was going to do this scientifically, there would be a lot more replicates, controlled conditions, not just outside. Things would have been measured by weight, etc., etc. But this is just YouTube science, okay? So calm down, fellow scientists who are getting upset right now. So I've got 3 replicates here, okay? And I'm doing one with kale seeds. Again, I'm also doing my 3 replicates with different seeds. Get over it, it's YouTube, not science. 1 replicate with basil, and one with bell peppers. Now, I'm going to try to plant these approximately 10 seeds per container as accurately as I can, because I've chosen 3 small, I'm doing a 4th actually. I decided this morning to throw in pumpkin, Seminole pumpkin seeds as another replicate. So I'll also be doing that. So I'm doing 10 seeds each, hopefully, approximately. But for anybody else who's ever planted kale seeds, you know how they can get out of control, and you think you're planting 10 and next thing you know you've planted 30. But I'm trying to be really careful here, you guys, and I'm trying to space them out. 8, 9, 10. This is lacinato kale that I'm doing. Of all the kale I've grown, you should have watched my kale video by now. You should know lacinato and thousand head are my 2 favorites. Ethiopian kale will grow really well here, but it's more bitter, so it's more for cooking. But I like kale for smoothies. Don't put Ethiopian kale in your smoothies unless you like a spicy mustard flavored smoothie. Okay, so that's the 3 kale seeds we're just put into the 3 different media. You can see I've got my cute little labels here. Now basil seeds. These are even smaller than kale. This is going to be a challenge, guys. I know I could have measured them out before, and my plan was to do that, but then you guys wouldn't get to see me counting, possibly dropping seeds everywhere. There's a lot of noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we seem to be the only ones in the neighborhood who use battery-powered lawn equipment, even though we have the biggest yard. Everybody else likes gas-powered equipment these days still. I don't know. What are you gonna do? It's noisy. It's not pleasant. Okay. That's approximately 10 basil seeds, maybe a little more. And now we're going to do the bell pepper. This is the F2 generation of a bell pepper I got out of my compost. Volunteered in my compost. One plant gave me some beautiful peppers. I saved those seeds. And then these are the seeds from the seeds of it's the seeds from the plants from its seeds, if that makes sense. These will be a lot easier to count out to 10. Oh, I forgot I should do some of this for you guys in case that's your thing. If you like the tappy taps. Tappy taps. Now these seeds that I'm doing here, the kale, the basil, and pepper, are all smaller seeds. So when you plant seeds, the amount of soil that you want to cover them with is close to the size of the seed. So smaller seed gets less soil on top. Bigger seed, more soil on top. And you can also just read the packet of seeds. It tells you on there. We'll say like a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, 1/8 of an inch deep. You want to listen to that. I will be planting other seeds today, not just these, but I'm just showing you guys my experiment. Otherwise you're going to be out here all day with me, because my planting list today is all this basket full of seeds. It's going to be a long day out here, guys. I missed one. What am I doing? I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm ready to be done. Well, it's not that hot out. Again, I'm not publishing this, so it's not going to be perfect. I don't plan to run statistical analyses. I can't speak for my husband over there, who is a statistics nerd. He might run some analyses. Okay, now the pumpkins. Seminole pumpkin seeds that I've saved in pill bottles. I have not been able to save kale seeds from Thousand Head or Lacinato, because I guess they need like 2 seasons to grow before they'll bloom, and they don't grow that long down here. They die in the summer. The Ethiopian kale blooms the first season, so I have plenty of Ethiopian kale seeds, and now I've lost count. Alright, 10 pumpkin seeds, and these are a bigger seed, so they're going to get more soil on top than these guys over here. And what am I going to do with all these extra plants if they all do well? Well, I have a friend who promised to take some off my hands. Hope she's watching, and I hope she will take these plants off my hands. And this is not a cooking show, so I don't have a finished product to show you what these trays are going to look like in a month. You'll just have to check back for another video. But anyway, here's what the mixes look like. It's your corn cob mix. That's your walnut shell mix. And that's your perlite mix. So now I'll cover the seeds, put them to sleep, put them to bed. Did I definitely put seeds in all these trays? Were you guys watching? I hope I did. Yeah, we're probably fine. Now let me make sure I cover them with the right media. Don't mix my media here. Cover up your seeds nice and lightly for the little kale seeds, but you do want to make sure they all get covered. Tap it down. And then of course I am going to water these, just probably not on video, because do you really need to see how to water plants? Some of you maybe, but not doing that today. In case you need some more noise. Did I label these right? Yeah, the labels look good. And remember, thicker soil on the pumpkin seeds because they are bigger seeds. They need more soil on top. Okay, now I'm going to do the other two media, but I'm not sure you guys need to watch me do that. Maybe you want to, I don't know. But alright, I'll let you watch. Or you can turn off the video now. I'm not going to do much more exciting. I'm kind of off camera now, aren't I? Sorry about that. Anyway, so this is my experiment. We'll see how it goes. It's the time of year when we're starting our veggies. Tomatoes, peppers, kale, herbs. Supposedly onions. I've never had luck growing onions down here. I keep trying. I do keep trying. I'm sure there's going to be some person in the comments saying that it's so easy and they know how to do it, but they're actually living in Tallahassee or somewhere completely different from Southwest Florida. And so stop trying to tell me what to do, because you live in a very different climate, my friend. And also, if I didn't ask for advice, please don't give it in the comments. That's very annoying. If you're the kind of person who does that, you're very annoying because nobody asked. I'm here showing you my experience, what's going on in my garden. I'm experimenting because that's a really good thing to do in the garden because seeds are cheap. So experiment, try different things with your seeds, especially if, like me, your seeds are homegrown and they were free. Go ahead and experiment. Try different things out, see what works for you. And that's what my channel is you guys experiencing my experiments, seeing what happens. It is not me asking for advice. I'm not even necessarily giving you advice. I'm just giving you, here's what I did, and here's what happened. And you take that for what you want. You can emulate what I do if you like my results, or you can say, wow, she's an idiot and her results are stupid, and you cannot do what I did. That's your choice. We all have choices in this life. Like me, choosing to try to do things in a more eco-friendly manner, which probably costs me more money, but I do actually care about the earth and my impact on it, and I hope more people will too. Hope you guys will think about that. Think about the impact of all your actions on the planet, how you can have less of an impact, still get enjoyment out of life. Okay, so these guys are all covered. I'm gonna water them. We're gonna watch them for a few weeks, and then I'll let you know the results of this little experiment. Look how pretty and cute this is. Very orderly. If I wasn't on camera, it would not be this orderly. There would be utter chaos here. So that's my experiment, and now I'm going to deal with planting the rest of these seeds. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, learned something, and I hope you're gonna be watching for the next video to see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy gardening. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If not, I don't know, tell me to go jump off a bridge. Don't do that, it's not very nice, but just keep scrolling. If you don't like it, scroll away. But if you liked it, stop just lurking. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Whatever. Okay. Have a good weekend, gardeners. Bye.